it's time for a quick gear review. So I've been out for a couple hours now, staying in the water pretty consistently, and there's a reason I bring that up, is because I want to talk about these boots. So these are G3s, but this is the first time I've had a pair of Bootfoot G3s from Simms, and I already feel like I'm going to be absolutely in love with these waders. I'm just going to prop one of the boots up. I don't really need to talk about the upper. It's the same as the regular G3s that I've been using for years. So really the biggest thing to talk about is the boot itself. You know, we can do another video on the G3 sometimes, or if you want to look around on YouTube, I'm sure you can find plenty of reviews about the G3 stocking foot waders. But specifically the Bootfoots, what I love about Bootfoots, and I think Simms knocked it out of the park with these, is they are really warm. I'm wearing a regular pair of cotton socks. Water temperature is about 39 degrees. And I'm wearing a regular pair of cotton socks, and I have like even not the slightest feeling of cold. Also, with most Bootfoot waders, especially in the cheaper pairs of certain brands, they don't fit around your ankle all that well. Simms killed it with these things. They have the perfect grip on my ankle. I feel like I've got, honestly, this is going to sound crazy to some of you, I'm sure, but honestly, I feel like I have just as much ankle support as I would if I had a stocking foot with a lace-up boot. And I probably feel like, honestly, I have more ankle support than the boas that I used throughout the fall season last year. And that was, again, if you go back to that video, one of my biggest complaints about the boas was I just didn't feel like I could get them tight enough. It was one of my only complaints, is I just didn't feel like I could get them tight enough. These are really secure. I would mention one thing: if you did feel like you wanted to put a bunch of socks in there, a couple of big pairs of wool socks, I would probably up one size. I bought 12s, which is exactly what I wear, a men's 12. They were pretty snug going on, and they're pretty snug fit, not uncomfortably so. I could probably put on, when it gets really cold, one pair of wool socks over my cottons, and I would be super, super tight in there. So if you wanted to do more layering, which again, I don't know why you'd need to. I'm really warm in these after a couple of hours. I don't feel like it's a thing that if I'm in here for 2 or 3 more hours, they're going to finally get cold. That doesn't seem to be the case. I have not walked very far either. We've gone 100 yards from the parking lot. So I'm loving these Simms Bootfoots, and of course I got the Vibrams and put the metal studs in them, which is absolutely the best for us up here in Steelhead Alley because of the shale that we've talked about so many times before. The felt does okay on the shale, but nothing really trumps rubber with studs. I was on some shale down there under the bridge already. Stuff that would have been, I would have to slow down more on my felts, and it definitely would have probably been down on, in the water on regular rubber, and I got around great. So can't say enough about the Simms, just the Bootfoot G3s, an absolutely awesome product, and nice thing for most of us. Who wants to sit there and have to tie up shoelaces? I can just slide them on and off. I think that's my favorite part, let alone they're plenty stable, they're plenty solid. I guess that's really all I have to say about them. I think I'm in love with them already, and there's a good chance that this may just be my go-to wader all the time now. I wouldn't even be afraid on some of the Alaska trips I've done to wear these and hike a couple of miles a day and I'm on a fly out. I don't think it would be an issue. Oh, and to that point too, the boot is not heavy. They're pretty light for what they are, light and durable, so I feel good about it. But enough about my gear. Let's go try to catch another fish.